modeling, and high fashion. These industries are known to have the reputation of constantly mistreating its talent by pushing intense diets and absurd routines that can put the mind, body, and spirit through some intense and often unnecessary stress. Statistics show that out of the 100 billion garments produced each year, 92 million tons will end up in low-income countries where the waste will take decades to decompose. But what if we had the intention of alchemizing waste, trash, scraps of fabric, and items that would have been found in the garbage into high fashion looks for the runway with community and like-minded individuals? That is what we did in this episode of Cosmic Corners. If you're new here, welcome to the Cosmic Corner. It is an honor and a privilege to have you here. And if you're coming back, hi Cosmic Angels. In this episode, I had the absolute honor and privilege of collaborating with my friend and creator of the Cozy Experience, Chewy Lou. She invited me to walk the runway in the ReFashion Show in Alexandria, which started in 2024 to give a platform to creative reuse designers with the goal to educate the community about the benefits of secondhand shopping and upcycling. When I got to the venue, I was at a 5.5 out of 10 because I was exhausted and just feeling really overstimulated. So I was extremely excited to dive into this super artsy form of meditation when I walked the runway. If you don't know what the Cozy Experience is, it is a movement and liberation from capitalism, hyperconsumption, and individuality. Chewy spreads awareness of daily practices that contribute to the Earth's climate breakdown, and one of the ways that she does this is by alchemizing textile waste and turning it into interactive art, like for example, fashion. So when she invited me to walk the runway, you best believe it was a hard yes. But like I said, when I got to the venue, I was feeling really low energy and overstimulated from the day earlier. So I was insanely excited to just get my hands dirty and jump right into the thick of the action. Hey Cosmic Angels, I'm just getting ready to fix my makeup a little bit. I've been running all day. I am just ready to have a good time this evening. My daughter was just like not having it with me earlier today, so I ended up bringing her over to her grandparents' house a little bit earlier because she just loves them. She just wanted them. She was talking about all the things that she wanted. I want Mimi, I want Papa, I'm hungry, I want to swing, no I want to play, no I don't want to go, I want to, like, it was, you know, one of them toddler days. So, and she was like fresh from a nap as well, so I was already on my way there. I just got there a couple minutes early so that I was able to like get her ready, get her in the potty, which she did. She's been doing so good with the potty. And I'm parked and I am ready to go for the most part. I'm just feeling really drained emotionally, and it's ironic that I'm doing this Cosmic Corners episode because it's all about like finding and discovering what can be healing about fashion and modeling and the entire experience as a whole. It's been a really beautiful collaborative process up to this point, and I'm just excited to see the final touches. We're just gonna pull up, we're gonna see what's up. I did thrift a really, really cute bodysuit. So I don't know if you can see that, but it is so cute. I haven't tried it on yet, it is a small, but I got this and I'm gonna wear this at the little after party type situation. I do have a second option just in case, but I'm really liking this one. My outfit is purple, very cosmic colors, so I'm gonna try to keep that momentum. I did it my eyeshadow. I actually really love the way that it turned out. I actually might fix it a little bit just because it is getting a little bit, ooh, got eyeshadow on my finger. I have been running. It has been like hot too. It's just been, you know, a great day to crash out. So I really can't wait to see how I feel after I actually get into the venue space. And we're number 12, so like almost towards the very, very end of the show. So I'll get to sit and enjoy and watch some of the other people walking the runway. So look, I borrowed this palette from my mom because she does cosplay. I'm using this blue. It is so pretty. Yeah, that's much better. That is much better. Ain't nobody don't pass me. I'm just so fresh and so clean. Anybody else just use your straight finger, your dirty ass finger, to just go in and do your makeup? It makes it look so good when you just pat. Yeah, I did have a little bit of brown in the inner corners, so I might like dab a little. It honestly feels like I'm about to go to like one of my dance recitals, because I remember the beat was always crazy for my dance recitals. I always loved the makeup portion of dance, because that would really be the only time that I would be allowed to wear makeup, was at my dance recitals. I'm super excited though, because my top looks like a flower, and it is just it's so pretty. The colors are beautiful. The crochet work on it is really well done. And I'm just excited to see the full look. The pants I am keeping so that I can wear them casually, because they are just too good to go to waste. All of these pieces are too good to go to waste. I'm so excited to see everybody else's outfits as well. I've only seen a couple of the other individuals' pieces, so I'm just stoked to see the final looks. I'm really glad that I brought this, because I really was not going to for a very brief moment, but we needed a touch up really bad. Cute. I'm gonna fix my eyeliner a little bit. I really do need to upgrade my makeup products, because I've been using the same 3 products for like a really long time. I just had a random thought. You know what's a good movie, like a really funny movie that is low-key a Christmas movie but not really considered a Christmas movie, but it takes place during Christmas time? Paul Blart Mall Cop. That movie is so funny. It always makes me laugh. I don't know why I randomly thought about that. Okay. I think it's good. Let's wash. Let's wipe this powder away. Yeah, much better. Nice and matte. That is what we want. Nice and matte. Nice and matte. Okay, and I'm gonna do a little bit of highlight. I always just use the same color that I use on my brow. So, get my fan brush. You know what I should have brought? I should have brought my edge gel, so I can fix up these edges a little bit. But you know what? Fuck it. I'm wearing sunglasses, or I have sunglasses to go with the outfit, so I may or may not wear them the whole time. I'll probably take them off or put them on during my walk. We only have one outfit in the show, and yeah, it's our one moment to just strut our stuff. Now, I will say, I can't speak on the runway experience yet, but the collaborative experience in coming up with the outfit was really, really beautiful and really healing. Anytime I'm over at my friend Chewy's house, like, it is always just a vibe. It is always so quiet there, and we just sit there and we talk, and over crocheting and over cutting, and you hear the subtle sounds of ASMR and fabric cutting, and it's just good company for a good cause. And I loved it. I loved the whole thing. And she's always very open. I actually asked her earlier, because I put my hair in buns today, so I asked her earlier if she would be interested in putting like little pieces of fabric in my hair, in my buns, and she was like, yep, and sent me pictures of them. So I'm gonna have some little crochet cozy pieces in my hair to go along with the outfit. All in all, just excited. I feel like I'm finally able to start getting excited for it, because like, yeah, because today, like I said, it was just a day of mothering and driving in this heat, all of it, and among other things that have just been pretty stressful. So we are going to see how this entire experience works. She's blinding. Can't really see on this side that well, but whatever. This side, blinding. And then we'll touch up the lip gloss a little bit later, but now I'm just gonna chill, vibe out, and we are going to go walk the runway. I didn't film the prayer that I said before I started walking to the venue, but it was something along the lines of, thank you, God, for this opportunity. Thank you for art and for like-minded people that create safe spaces for people of all shapes and sizes and colors. Please open the audience's ears, eyes, hearts, and minds so that they can see my light take up space unapologetically. And so it is. I took a short 9-minute walk to the venue and immediately found the food. Now, I was not expecting this venue to have such a spread. They had pasta, they had salad, they had bread, they had a meal. I was expecting like little light bites, but no, they were making sure that we were fed and unable to fit into our outfits for the runway. I found the Cozy Experience herself, who helped me get strapped into my outfit for the show. There was such a diverse assortment of models that were walking in the show. It's not like I was expecting paper thin models, but I really wasn't expecting such an array of skin tones and ethnicities. It was so cool to see everybody's unique take on turning trash into treasure, because there were some pieces that were made from straight reusable bags and old buttons that would have been thrown away somewhere, watches, pieces of fabric, and just morphing it into these beautiful pieces. The high fashion was the most high and it was so unique and physically pleasing to the eye. I felt like it was ASMR for my eyes. I had my hair in buns for the show, and at the last minute we decided to add some little pieces of fabric to my hair so that we can create the cozy experience from my head to my toes, since my shoes were completely cozied out. Last minute decided to add some little crochets in my buns, and it is so cute. So once it started to get closer to the actual show, we got a chance to do a quick walkthrough and just get a feel for the space. There was a mark in the middle, so we had to walk down, show the outfit, stop in the middle on the mark, pose, finish walking down. There were some cameras at the very end of the runway, and then you pose for a couple photos, and then get out of Dodge. That was it. And as I was getting closer to start the show, I found myself getting overstimulated again, because there was just so much happening backstage, so many energies. I felt everybody's stress, everybody's anxieties, everybody's everything. So I found myself getting a little bit shut down emotionally, and I needed to find a little safe space so that I could recalibrate and even practice my walk a little bit, because there wasn't a whole lot of time. We only had one outfit to showcase, so I wanted to, you know, do my best to strut my stuff. Let me see. I'll try to move it so you can see the back a little bit better. And just like that, the show started, and it felt like it flew by. Like, we were number 12 in the group, and it felt like it flew by so quickly, but everybody else wearing the Cozy Experiences collection looked incredible. The way that she collaborated with each of her models to curate something to our bodies instead of just making something and throwing it on us, it was so brilliant, and it helped add a lot of our personal flavor to the looks, so that it wasn't simply an outfit that she made for the runway. It was a representation of collaboration. It was a representation of community, friendship, and I couldn't have been more pleased with the way that mine turned out. It was so gorgeous, and she had me in purple, which y'all know is my favorite.
Last year I was in a full body suit, and this is sort of like a deconstructed version, so that's fun.
I also have sunglasses. This is one of my favorites. Look at, and the shoesies too. Like, what? Right. I love the multitasking. Yeah, that's so, oh, I didn't even see the little mirror. That's so cute. You know, just in case the besties need to take a look. Of yours. Ooh,
So regal. So regal. Ooh, fresh to death.
The entire experience really brought me out of my shell, because being primarily in theater and having that be my main form of art that I dive into, I have been really reverting backwards basically to settle into forms of art that allow me to take up space without the comments or opinions of other people. Because in theater, you got to do what your director says, and you better do it with a smile on your face, you know? But I feel like recently I've been reprogramming that. Once the show was completed, we all sang happy birthday to Chewy because one of the models baked her a cake, which was fire. It was so good. It was like a lavender lemon something, but it was so divine and the perfect little treat after showcasing the art. The entire experience brought me back to myself in the weirdest way, because I wasn't expecting just walking and being watched by other people to have such an intense impact. But it was my energy and it was my vibrancy that made the entire experience. I walked as if I had nothing to lose, because I feel like when I walked in at that 5.5 out of 10, I was really in my head about how I wanted to walk, like what I was going to do for my poses, how I'm going to look in the camera, But once it was actually happening, I just forgot everything and just let my energy be known and shown unapologetically. It was the ultimate form of taking up space, and I am eternally grateful for this opportunity.
Okay, y'all. We did it. We walked the runway. I'm just getting ready to leave. I changed into the thrifted bodysuit. It is a fire fit. It looks so good. I love the way that it turned out. I wore this for 2.5 seconds because I didn't stick around to mingle much with anybody. But my friend Chewy, the incredible creator of the Cozy Experience and the designer for the outfit that I was wearing tonight, gifted me a perfume. She just went to Egypt and she got me a perfume. So I'm gonna smell it and see, because I didn't get a good chance to like really look at it, but like, look at this stunning packaging. Oh my gosh, I am so excited. I've been really wanting a big girl perfume for a while, so I'm excited. Okay. Ooh, that's nice. It's like sweet. It smells kind of like nutmeggy, cinnamony, but very vanilla-y. I'm so bad about like coming up with the scents and undertones and overtones or whatever. Oh, that is so nice. It's like caramel, but it also smells like an orchid. It's very feminine, like, okay, Egyptian perfume. Oh my gosh, this is crazy. That smells so good. I'm gonna have to let her know how I feel about it, because she was curious to know how I was gonna feel. So it smells so rich. It just smells rich. I mean, come on, look at this packaging. Are you kidding me? Ugh. There were so many amazing, beautiful pieces that walked that runway. The models were absolutely stunning. They were so diverse, and I felt like I saw like every shade of the rainbow, size, shape, all of it. on the runway tonight, so that was really, really cool. The ReFashion Show is a bold celebration of upcycled fashion, creativity, and conscious living, featuring runway looks and visual art made from reclaimed materials, a sustainability panel discussion, and a curated market of sustainable fashion. It was really fucking cool, and I'm just so proud and grateful to have been a part of it, because you see so many fashion shows, you see all of these A-list celebrities, model, like all of these major brands that focus solely on making a buck for some of the ugliest pieces that I've ever seen. And this is all about taking those pieces that would have ended up in a landfill or in the garbage somewhere and alchemizing it into something brand new. It truly was an honor to be able to walk for Chewy. And I'm not gonna lie, when I got here today, I felt so burnt out. I was so stressed out about a million and one things that was going seemingly wrong in my life. And as soon as I got there, it was an immediate celebration of fashion, art, vibrancy, uniqueness, sustainability. It was just all of the right energies balled up into one beautiful space. I encourage you, if you are looking to take up space or practice taking up space unapologetically, start with modeling, start with taking photos of yourself, especially if you don't casually take the regular selfie. Something that really helped me gain more confidence and comfortability within myself was taking a photo of myself every single day and noting the things that I loved about myself, noticing the things that I wanted to elevate about myself, and it just grew from there. I started to take more photos, and then I started to do my own photo shoots. Then I started to curate my own outfits together. Then I started dressing with intention for my chakras so that I'm able to transmute certain energies and open up specific energy points within my body with intention. Then I started to practice my runway walk, and I used to work for Barbizon USA, which was a cotillion school and acting school, runway school, modeling school. It was really fun, but I was only there for a super brief amount of time. But within that super brief amount of time before COVID hit that I was working there, I noticed within the kids their confidence starting to expand and flourish just by creating spaces where everybody is allowed to gas each other up. Everybody in my class was celebrated by their peers and by me for their differences, because it made them so unique, and it added some certain flavor and sizzle to their walk, to the way that they would pose, to the way that they would do certain acting techniques and activities. It was really beautiful to see that. And although it was very short-lived and I didn't do much with the company, it gave me a brilliant foundation on dressing myself, really allowing myself to experiment with different textures and fabrics and patterns and heels and shoes and makeup. It was a beautiful experience to learn how to love myself and my blackness, specifically my blackness, because I felt like in a majority of the rooms that I was in, my corporate life, my acting life, my artistic life, everywhere that I went, I felt like I was muddled because of what was just natural about me. My blackness. I have really big energy and a really loud laugh, and I just take up space. And because I naturally take up space with my big, vibrant energy, those individuals that weren't used to taking up that space felt the need to project onto me and dim that light so that I wasn't able to expand in a healthy manner. But the runway taught me that every single person, whether you have done it before or not, can get up there and show the world what you're working with, because a majority of the people up there, it was their very first time walking the runway, and everybody was celebrating each other. Everybody was gassing each other up. The energy was brilliant. And the way that these designers alchemized these fabrics and textures and items into these elaborate, gorgeous pieces. Insane.
Thank you so much to the Cozy Experience for trusting me to showcase these items. And thank you to the ReFashion Show for hosting such a beautiful event and creating a space for creatives and artists to showcase their art, their talents, their gifts, and bring together the community in a way that promotes sustainability and critical thinking. There was a panel after the fashion show was over that was discussing different ways to lead a sustainable life and make conscious choices. It's almost like they said the same things in different ways, and they were really encouraging individuals to make conscious choices every single day with intention to build a better life for themselves without oversaturating art in consumerism, without oversaturating the mission at hand, which is to build community. And those items that weren't going to be able to be broken down by the earth itself, taking them and creating pieces of art that we can utilize in our day-to-day life. And there are so many unique ways that you can do this without compromising your morals and your intentions. So with that, y'all, make sure that you go and follow the Cozy Experience and ReFashion Show on Instagram. Show them love. And hey, if you're in the area, come through next year and come and see the show. Who knows? I might be back on the runway next year. I love you all so very much. I hope that you enjoyed this episode of Cosmic Corners, and I'll see you in the next one. Stay cosmic.